Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Tonight I've got a beer for you from Fuller's, and this beer from Fuller's is the one beer in the Fuller's core range that so far I've failed to find, and I've looked everywhere for it. Now, I'm not one for going online and buying beers very often. I'm not a big online shopper. I like to go into beer stores or supermarkets and pick up my beers. And this particular beer by Fuller's, I've not been able to find in any supermarkets, and I've been looking for a while now. And randomly enough, I was doing a bit of work in a small village, and I popped into their local village shop just to get myself a drink. I noticed they were selling a few beers, and in it was this beer. I couldn't believe it. They had loads of them as well, so I picked up a couple. And the beer I'm talking about is Fuller's Bengal Lancer India Pale Ale, coming in at 5.3% ABV. There is the artwork, the soldiers there on their horses. It's primarily purple artwork. You probably, a few of you might be watching this video thinking, how has he not found this? I honestly don't know how it's taken me so long to find this. There is the Fuller's crown with the griffin on top. But yeah, this is part of their core range. This is their IPA. And you just can't find it in supermarkets anywhere at the moment. You know, I've looked, bloody hard, but it randomly popped up in a little village shop. So there you go. Best before date on this is the 1st of May of 2020, so it's ridiculously fresh. Let's see what it says here. Inspired by the Bengal Lancer cavalry regiments during the time of the British Empire, this India Pale Ale is made using traditional English malt and Goldings hops to deliver this distinctively hoppy and superbly refreshing beer. As this beer is bottle conditioned, we recommend it stored upright and poured carefully. It contains malted barley. Doesn't say much else in the way of ingredients. Does specify the fact that it is a bottle conditioned beer. There is a little mark on here from Camera, who are the campaigners for Real Ale. It says that Camera says this is Real Ale. It's in a nice big 500ml bottle, as most Fuller's beers are. So yeah, 5.3% IPA from Fuller's. I'm expecting good things, really. Let's get this beer out of the bottle, into the glass, see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the opening. Let's get it into the glass. I like pretty much everything I've ever drunk from Fuller's, and I like a good IPA, so I'm hoping for a good one here. It looks good. I will say that is a good looking IPA. It's got that bronzy colour to it. It's got a big 1.5 finger of white fluffy head on it. There's a slight bit of a haze to it. You're not seeing all the way through that very clearly. Slightly hazy IPA. Really good looking beer. As most Fuller's beers are, very good looking. It's got that lovely sort of, like I say, bronzy colour to it, chestnut colour to it. Looks lovely. Let's get an aroma on this Bengal Lancer India Pale Ale, shall we? It's all that Fuller's malt that you expect. Slightly sort of fruit-cakey aroma to it. See if I can get the rest in there. Maybe not without spilling it. But yeah, smells like a Fuller's beer. That's the thing with most Fuller's beers, they smell the same. As soon as you get a smell of a Fuller's beer, you know it's a Fuller's beer. The malts that they use, there's that. There always seems to be that kind of sort of fruit-cakey, toffee, caramelly, sweet caramelly aroma to a lot of the Fuller's beers. It's got a nice malt smell to it, this one. Not particularly hoppy on the aroma, but certainly a malty one. Let's get a taste. Cheers, guys. Yeah, quite hoppy in the flavour. The hoppy profile of this one is quite strong. The hops really bounce out at you quite quickly on this one. It's almost the first thing you notice. Big hoppy profile, and you get that malt. Goldings hops. That's all it says. English malt, Goldings hops in it. There's a lot of hops in here. It's not massively bitter. It doesn't have the most complex flavour in the world. There is that subtle, fruity, bready, subtle fruit cake when it first hits your tongue. Then you're getting that really good bready malt taste that you get with all Fuller's beers. And whilst you're getting that hoppy taste is there the whole time. The hops really bounce out at you straight away. It's hoppy from the start, and it slowly fades out. Still getting the hoppy taste back in my mouth now, and that fruitcake taste and that malty taste to the traditional Fuller's beer fades out, and you're kind of left with the hoppiness. It's a big hoppy IPA, this one. I say it's not particularly complex. It's not particularly fruity. There's no tropical fruit on it. The malt is lovely, as all Fuller's beers are, as far as I'm concerned. The malt that's used in Fuller's beers is some of the best. Like I say, that this is the one thing. If I was to describe a Fuller's beer in general Fuller's beers are malty, proper English malty traditional beers. The malts that are used in Fuller's beers are wonderful. The full range. I've said before, when you smell a Fuller's beer, even if you didn't know it was a Fuller's beer, when you smell it, you kind of get an idea that it's a Fuller's beer for that malty taste, that beautiful bready malt that Fuller's always seem to create with their brews. And this one is no exception. It's a very malty, hoppy IPA. It's not particularly fruity. So I say there is that kind of subtle fruitcake taste when it hits your tongue, but the malt and the hops quickly take over on this one. And you get that bready, malty flavour, and the Goldings hops are the strongest flavour to it. But yeah, it's not a particularly long taste. It's not particularly complex. It's very tasty. It is tasty. Malt, hops, very malty, very hoppy. Not massively complex, but it is beautifully made. It is beautifully made again from Fuller's. It's a good quality beer from Fuller's. Really good stuff. Not the best IPA I've ever had, but I wasn't expecting it to be, if I'm honest. I was kind of, this has done exactly what I kind of expected it to do. It was going to be a good quality malty hoppy IPA. I expected there to be a very strong malty taste to it and a strong hoppy taste to it, and it's done both of those. But it's not massively complex. It is a bit gassy. Do apologise for that. Bit of a gassy one, but it's good quality stuff. Again, from Fuller's. Like I say, it's not the best IPA you're ever going to drink. It's not going to blow your mind. But I say it's a beautiful use of the malt, beautiful use of the hops, nicely balanced, lovely flavour. It's very drinkable. You're not really getting much of the 5.3% ABV on it. There's not really much of a kick to it, but it uses the hops very well, and the malt is beautiful, as with all Fuller's beers. Beautifully malty beer. I'm enjoying it. Hasn't blown my mind, but it's again it's another good solid beer from Fuller's. Not disappointed. It's taken me a long time to find this one. I'm glad I finally had it. I bought myself a couple of bottles and I look forward to drinking this one again. It's very nice, very good, solid IPA from Fuller's, this one. I'm going to give it a score, and I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Another solid beer from Fuller's, decent IPA, not the best. You're going to drink a lot better IPAs, a lot more complex IPAs. There's a lot more out there, you know, if you're an IPA fan. But this is a good basic IPA from Fuller's, and another very nice malty ale from them. So yeah, 7.5, 7.5 out of 10 for Fuller's Bengal Lancer. Yeah, thank you for watching. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave your comments below. Thank you to those who subscribed recently. I do appreciate that. If you haven't, please do. I do appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Thank you very much. Take care.